Hey, what up, Todd 1822 here to review TNA Impact. So Impact opened up with Austin Aries. He was cutting a promo talking about, his championship match. All of a sudden, Jeff Hardy comes out. Then you have Bully Ray come out. And Bully Ray once again accusing James Storm of being behind the Aces and Eights attacks from lately on Impact on pay-per-views. Bully Ray still believe is James Storm. This has been the same old story. I mean, it's been nothing new about this. Bully Ray keep thinking it's James Storm. And later on, we all found out. The first match of the night was the Battle for Glory Series match. Samoa Joe versus Magnus. Two former tag team partners. They were showing, them as the former tag team champions. I like that. They made sure we all remember Joe and Magnus did hold tag team gold. It was a solid match. Samoa Joe defeated Magnus. After the match was over, Samoa Joe put his hand out. Magnus didn't shake it. And all of a sudden, Magnus swung a chair at Samoa Joe. He blocked it with his elbow. And Samoa Joe was like, what the fuck, man? I like this right here, A little build up right here. Because I think they will have a match on pay-per-view. Because they are former tag team partners. So I'm expecting something good from both of these guys. And Magnus, this guy is going to be a star. And I'm glad that Samoa Joe is back to Samoa Joe. He's getting pushed. He's winning matches. I was tired of watching Joe losing and complaining. I hated that gimmick, for the last couple of years in Impact Wrestling. Or TNA Wrestling. I mean, they confuse me now. I don't know what the hell they call it now. They confuse me sometimes. Madison Rayne, came out talking about, she won the TNA Knockouts title. Earl Hebner, came out, so she wanted to say thank you to him. So, out of nowhere, Brooke Hogan comes out, and she announced that she will face Miss Tessmacher, and it will be a special guest referee. Then, all of a sudden, Aces and Eights came out of nowhere. I didn't expect them to come out of nowhere like that when Brooke Hogan was in the ring. But, the TNA wrestlers came out, scared them away. So, nothing happened right there. But the one thing I like about the Aces and Eights, the one thing I like about this group, it's unpredictable. It's unpredictable because, when you watch, like, the Nexus with WWE, it was more predictable, down the line, when they're going to come and when they're going to do something. But the Aces and the Eights, they come out of nowhere, and I like that right there. So Sting, saying that, him, Angle, Aries, and a couple guys challenging the Aces and Eights next week, 8 o'clock on Impact. See, I like how Sting, put that 8 o'clock right from the start, trying to draw some ratings. TNA smart. But, TNA been on for years, and it really never worked, in the first place. But big up to TNA for still trying. AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels. I mean, these two guys are one of my favorites, of all time. But I'm tired of AJ Daniels. I mean, come on. They always put on good matches. But come on, man. I've seen them a million times. I mean, they got so many matches. And it was another good match from these guys, too. I think Daniels, like, if I beat you, you gotta take the paternity test. Like, what? What? That makes no sense. But it was funny when AJ called Claire a foot. Like, what the foot? What the fuck? Like, what that mean? She ugly as hell or something? Or trashy? But that was funny, a foot. I'm gonna start calling girls that I can't stand a damn foot just to say it because it was funny when AJ said it. Robert Roode, apparently, he lost his smile. He didn't come out cocky as that hill. Kind of like when James Storm cut that promo after Robert Roode beat him at Lockdown. I mean, would they do something like that with Robert Roode? But he's a heel, so I don't see what they do with him. But I am very intrigued by this Robert Roode thing because you don't see heels doing this, when it comes to wrestling, when they lose their belt. Usually they complain about one more match. Robert Roode didn't bring up one more match. He just, lost his confidence, man. It was like watching, Dragon Ball Z and, when Vegeta get his ass beat, his pride so fucked up, he doesn't know what to do. It was like watching that shit. Yes, I am a big ass Dragon Ball Z mark. That's why I mentioned Vegeta and Robert Roode in the same sentence. Miss Tessmacher versus Madison Rayne for the TNA Knockouts title. The special guest referee, former WWE diva Tiffany. At first, I'm like, who the hell this white girl is? And all of a sudden, I said, oh shit, that's Tiffany. That's the girl that used to fuck cards from the Fresh Prince. and Drew McIntyre. I don't see how he lost that girl. She is fine, but dumbass Drew McIntyre lost her. I remember they got in that what was that bullshit story about them in the hotel. That shit, yeah, I forgot about that shit right there. It just came to my head because once I brought up Drew McIntyre name, I remember that bullshit they was talking about. Now I don't know if it's true or not, but it was a rumor that he slapped her around. I think some shit like that. The main event, Battle for Glory series match, Jeff Hardy versus Bully Ray. This match was okay right here. Jeff Hardy gets the win. So, James Storm came out, during the match. And Jeff Hardy jumped on James Storm and Mike Tenay and Taz and said a damn word like, okay, it happened. So, that's terrible commentary. You have to say something. So, Bully Ray and Storm talking in the ring. And he said, hey, I had your back the whole time. It's not me. Aces and Eights come out of nowhere. They beat up James Storm. So Bully Ray is wrong. So now the storyline continues. Who's behind this? And I like it. I do like the fact that we still wondering who behind this. I still like that about the storyline. It ain't the best storyline in the world. But compared to the other shit in WWE, this is the greatest storyline today. This TNA Impact was okay. One of the weakest Impacts, because Impact been so damn good, for at least 3 months. But like I always say, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I am out. Peace.